Hey, welcome back to another video, guys. I want to talk about the Chicago Bulls. I'm seeing a lot of people get kind of happy for them and hype for them, which is good to see, but I'm confused on what the reason is. I don't believe in this team as much as other people do, and I don't know what the expectations are for this team. You add Lonzo, you add DeRozan, you have Vucevic from the trade last year, you still have Levine before he goes into free agency, you have Kobe White, you have Billy Donovan as the coach. You have a good, on paper, this is a decent roster, especially in the East. You can fight for a playoff spot now. But given the Chicago Bulls' recent history, why should I believe that this is going to work? Why should I believe that Lonzo, DeRozan, Levine are all going to fit together on the floor? Why should I believe that Billy Donovan's going to have this team reach their ceiling? Billy Donovan's a great coach, but I look at him more as turning a bronze to a silver than a silver to a gold type of coach. So if you're a rotation type player, a bench type player, a player that might be your sixth man, I believe he could turn you into a starter, a decent player. You're going to get a lot more minutes. But if you're already an established player, you know your role, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, I don't think he could bring much out of you. So I'm skeptical on that. And just the fit of Levine, DeRozan, and Lonzo together, I don't know. They're going to be athletic. They're going to be running. They're going to be very fast. High pace. But why are we so high on Lonzo again? We've seen flashes on the Lakers. He never lived up to what he was supposed to do with the Lakers, got traded. We've seen some flashes with the Pelicans, especially at the end of his tenure there. Whether you believe it or not, he was statistically a better shooter than when he started. But still, Lonzo, it feels like he's missing something. I want to see some aggression in his game. I want to see him attack the paint. I want to see him hit the free throw line. I want to see him go out and not have a pass first mentality 85% of the plays, especially when he gets it going. He's a great defensive player. He's a good basketball player, but I feel like I can be getting so much more out of him. But he just got his bag. Levine, a great talented player. People always talk about empty stats, empty calorie stats, whatsoever. I don't know if I believe it with Zach LaVine yet, because we just seen Devin Booker, who people were calling an empty calorie stat player, get another decent piece, get a real roster around him, and he made it to the finals. He did very well this year. So maybe LaVine's going to do better, but I have to see it. I don't know. LaVine, like Timberwolves, ever since the injury, you've been on the Bulls, but the Bulls haven't done anything. Vucevic as well. Vucevic is a good player, an all-star in the East. But if you move him over to the West, he's going to get exposed. That's the truth. So it's not like he's a good center. He's a good starting center. But none of these players move the needle for me. They don't. There's not one player on this team I look at and I'm like, okay, yeah, you're the one. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, but I'm not looking at one dominant force in this team where I'm like, okay, you're the guy. I believe in you. I don't fully believe in any of these players, and them coming together, I still don't believe them. This is not a big three. This is not a big four. This is just, I look at this team like, okay, I got to see it. I don't know. The thing that does help them too is if it does work, this is going to be a very, very fun team to watch. Chicago hasn't had a basketball team in a very long time, so that will be very cool to see. Chicago fans finally having a market and those fans showing their love for that team. And yeah, I like Lonzo. I like these guys too. These are cool human beings on this team, but I don't see it working basketball-wise. But they are in the East. If there's anything that could save this team, they are in the East. And the bottom half of the East is not good. So they have a chance to make the play-in tournament. Especially with the play-in tournament, you definitely should have some ounce of success as the Bulls. But last year, they got Vucevic. That wasn't a terrible team last year. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. And they trade for Vucevic, a win-now move, and they can't even make the play-in team, like the play-in tournament. That's iffy to me. That's the main thing. I want people to, when you're talking about a team, oh, this is a great move. This is good. This is that. This player was a good move. When you're saying statements like that, you have to tell me why. Is it a good move because they're going to move one seed up and make the play-in tournament and then lose in the first round? Or is it a good move because they're going to maybe compete for the Eastern Conference Finals? What is the expectations for this Bulls team this year? Are we just happy that the Bulls are going to have a positive record and fans are going to be able to support their team? Or are we actually expecting this team to do well, go far, and have some success past the regular season? Because honestly, for me, I see this team as their ceiling is just a first-round exit, truthfully. That's where I put them. So is this a success? Is all these moves they're making, if they're a first round exit, a success because they haven't had that in such a long time, or are we wanting more from them? That's what I want to know from you guys and other people is, what do you expect from this team? What should be their goal this season? But that's the end of the video, guys. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.